Oh, hi, Jen.
Hi, how are you, Daddy?
No, don't say that again. That was rude. That was rude as hell. No,
It was
I'm
rude.
kidding.
Oh,
Yeah, you can say that again.
we need to be talking about what we do because we
Well,
need to move humanity along. And Danny Shay, you have gifts, and we need to be talking about our gifts as research, right? I don't think people really know like who we are sometimes. Like how I started was with politics, you know?
yeah,
And it was a way to, as I've said, let my freak flag fly, right? There's all kinds of things that I can do, but like when I was a kid, it got shut down. And
yeah,
I've been the black sheep in my family, the freaky one. And so, I mean, I kept it hidden for a long time and
yeah,
thought I was crazy and all that kind of stuff.
sure.
Um, but I mean, what do I have to lose, right? They already think I'm nuts anyway, so might
Yeah,
as well I'll just be out of the closet with it.
what do you got to lose? So anyway, welcome everybody. I don't know if we're gonna put this on both channels. We may.
Oh,
Jen Bushman
yeah.
is not me. That's her, Jen Bushman. And we're going to talk about crystals and rocks. And but what Jen said right at the beginning was, I'm going to move that over. Was we need to talk about what we do, and I'm going to take it into a bigger context because I think she was talking about you and me, but it's what we all do, and we all have like these really powerful awarenesses, thing, superpowers that we're waking up to and that we're acknowledging and that we're grabbing hold of. And sometimes it's scary as hell. And other times it's like, I don't even see a pathway, but I'm walking, I'm moving on it, but I don't know what the path is.
Yeah.
And that, I think that's all okay, but we are moving into a new awareness. And I think we do need to let our freak flags fly.
Beautiful. I love it. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And we're gonna need to, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we're all like leveling up, we're all seeking, we're all searching, right? There's a reason why we were here and found each other on YouTube.
Yeah.
Exactly what you just said, that
And
we all have this and we're finding it, but we're going to need to develop it a little bit so that we can understand because we are changing and we're going
yeah.
to, yeah,
Yeah. And the thing is, you also mentioned that, you started out.
sorry. I didn't know if you could hear me. Yeah. Started out.
And here's mine.
Well, if I have it too far away, then you can't hear because it's McKenna got me this.
Dang, that's
Yeah.
rad.
Well, the
I've
other one didn't work so well. I went through like three of them.
Oh, I've got so many. Here's the other one. It's the lava. But I have two of them. So it's the lavalier. They don't work. I mean, it's all over the place.
Yes.
So
Yeah. So my baby girl hooked me up with bam.
back back it away just a little bit. Now talk
Is that better?
a little more.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
there.
okay.
I think that's good,
Oh, I
and
thought
it's
it,
off camera too. But I think it sounds good. Well, I'll pump it up if we need to.
yeah.
Um, the
Okay.
volume.
Okay. Because normally it's real quiet if I don't have it. Like,
It sounds really loud to me.
oh, good. Well, not good, but good because
Good.
I don't
Good.
like having it in my face. So,
So I think where we were before that big old microphone came in was we're talking about evolution. We both started out
Yeah.
doing politics
Yeah.
because that was the thing in the day. It's
Yes.
it's still the thing this day because we're so for me, I'm so afraid of a repeat. And so I'm still in that fear mode, which I think is a really bad place to be in. It should be in a love mode, but how do you get into you know, um, the love mode when we're talking about half the country is promoting fear. So I don't know. It's a weird dynamic for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but the evolution of this is getting out of the fear, moving to the love, and what is the love of what we do. So Jen Bushman,
Yes, sir.
what? Yes. Now we've hooked you up to a lie detector, and so I will be able to tell you whether you are in fear, lying, or in love.
Okay.
What is it that you love to do?
I love spirit and I love just sharing my experience, how spirit has worked for me, and the things that I do. Yes, and stones.
And stones and crystals.
But
Yeah,
it's all part of it,
it
Dan.
is. Yeah.
It's one big thing. And yes, it is kind of a fear-based, topic. I think it did serve the purpose in the day, like how we got started in order to navigate that
Yeah.
fear and getting more in touch with who, at least for me, with who I am in that with spirit. How, instead of, it was almost like using spirit. Now, I think we are moving into where we celebrate spirit and teach about spirit and talk about spirit because we've come through that and
Yeah.
the lessons and
And I think we're still um, needing that reassurance that we're all going to be okay with this. Because I've struggled with politics, not reading, not reading. And so it goes back and forth. Now I'm in a place where I think it's more of a balance of yes, politics and yes, spiritual stuff. So, whenever I read politics, I'm always throwing some energy cards beforehand so that the people that don't want to hear the politics, at least they can get the energy of where where we could be, should be, might want to look to, whatever that means.
yes.
But yeah, I think it's all blending. It's all the same. Um, but there's different avenues we can explore. You've explored minerals and crystals, rocks, and well, let's go back to that because this is kind of where I want to talk about. What's the difference between a rock and a crystal? A stone and a crystal.
To me, nothing. It's all the
Okay.
same. Rocks are rock. Stones are
Rocks are
stones.
rocks.
Crystals, everything in our physical world is made out of elements, right? So if you
Mm-hmm.
look at the periodic table of elements, that is in different configurations, that is the building blocks, the foundation of the universe. So
Yeah.
like on Arcturus, they kick around soccer ball sized diamonds. A diamond there is a diamond here.
Can
So,
they kick one my way?
yes. I mean, seriously, those things are big.
So and I like that answer. Coming from a shamanic point of view,
Yes.
we're all connected, right? So I got crystals in my ears. Sometimes they get dislodged, and I get all wonky. But so we have crystals in our brains. I'm sure we have crystals in our bodies. But when I look at starting this, I got this. This beautiful
Oh,
woman gave me this. Thank you, Kelly. And
ooh,
then I got this, the Book
ooh.
of Stones.
Okay.
And um, hang on one second. And then I got this was my first book that had a bunch of stones in it, the Angel Bible. And they call them all different things, but so they're all the same and they're all magical, especially from a shamanic point of view. You can talk to a rock, you can talk to a seashell.
Hmm.
It's yeah,
Yeah.
it's all there. Do you think that crystals have different memory properties
Yeah.
than okay?
Yeah. Well, our blood, we are crystal. Like if you take that whole preposition that, the universe, everything in the universe is that it is that periodic table of the elements. That is the foundation of us, of our blood, our memories, our everything, this big microphone, right? Me. Uh, it's it's all those elements in different configurations.
Yes.
So yes, uh, crystals are used for healing. They hold a frequency. The light, the colors, colors is frequency. You can,
Right.
when we took chemistry, right, we did experiments with spectroscopy where you could see the different colors,
Oh yeah.
right? The frequency of colors. So remember, we are energetic beings. So yes, crystals hold frequency and they hold memory, but they are stable. So it is called a crystalline structure or a lattice structure if you've taken chemistry. It is solid. It's a stable configuration. Humans, we are not stable. We experience
What?
no, we're
We're
not
not
stable.
able?
No. Not like a crystal.
Woo, that explains a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So I know I get going. I'm
No.
into it. But they're stable, right?
Yeah.
And so that's how we use crystal, and we use crystal to heal. And like Danny was talking about, from a shamanic perspective, a Cherokee shaman will not even touch a crystal for 12, 15 years. But they are determined as children to have the gift to work with crystal. So the Cherokee really, really use crystals. So when I work with the shamans on Wednesday, I'm really into turquoise, and I've learned about turquoise and how it grounds, how it works. But yes, color of stone, the type of stone, if it's feldspar, if it's a beryl, volcanic, they have a different frequency and a different purpose.
So, um, what popped into my head was because we are tapping into, many of us are tapping into the unseen realm. And so, we're talking about healing properties of crystals, of light, and you're talking frequency. Do crystals have sounds?
Yes.
They emit a sound. I thought so. I have no proof, but I thought they would.
Do you want me to fire up my sound bowls? I have six of them. I did
Well,
have seven, but I was vacuuming at Christmas. And I
oh,
fell into it. Yeah, and I cracked it. But I do
oh,
have six of them. So yes, crystal.
no, right. So
Crystals, there's crystals in my microphone here, amplifying sound.
that's so true. But if you would get this Lemurian quartz sail crystal,
Beautiful. Hello.
I could, if I did a journey,
Yeah.
I would be able to hear that. But right now, I'm like all into talking to you, and I'm a little, worried about my microphone compared to. See, you can't even see it. It's so my third eye microphone.
But it
Um,
sounds good. Mine never sounded that good.
it's
I
not even
sounded like Minnie
not
Mouse.
even it's not even hooked up.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I laughed even to be upset.
Oh my god. Cool. Okay, so before we keep going with this, because we will, um, I was gifted a bunch of crystals, a crystal heart. Well, this is a rock heart,
That,
right?
that's lepidolite.
Lepidolite.
Yes, good for astral travel, connecting with your angels, kind of thing.
Astral travel. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like if you put that by your bed, it'll help you sleep. Oh, okay. Rose quartz. Yes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna wear this around my neck.
Yeah, it was.
This is good. I'm just yeah. So and then the stone that I never thought I would really use is this
Ah,
that you sent me.
selenite.
It's so you well you yeah selenite. You called it a worry stone,
Yeah, you feel
and
it. You can rub it.
yeah, and I went, what? Me worry? What?
Well,
And I'm going, Jen must think I'm a little like anxious or worried. I use this all the time.
it feels good, doesn't it?
It feels great. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I don't think I'm really worried, but dang, I like this.
Mhm.
Sometimes I put um my Hopi earth
Oh,
marble in,
set it on top. Perfect.
set it on top. Yeah. But
Beautiful.
here's the other thing that why this show is inspired. You also sent me these three, and you said this is so pretty, and it's warm, warm, warm. You said use these when you read, and they need to be in a triangle.
Hmm.
Explain that to me.
Well, because I read crystal, I read frequency of folks. And so I'm a sixth dimensional star seed on from Sirius. And this is a Sirius thing. And seriously,
Serious? I'm serious.
serious.
No,
It's from
I'm
Sirius.
not joking. Well, I'm joking a little bit, but
But I feel your frequency. So like there's like the zebra jasper that I sent, or yeah, it's zebra jasper that I sent you.
this one.
Now, yeah,
This is yeah.
that's really good for like creating calm in chaos for most people. That's kind of what it does. But
Mm.
for you, it lets go of your head so that you can journey. So when you journey, use that. So put that in a triangular configuration with carnelian, which connects you with your higher beings.
What is carnelian?
That's the red one that gets warm for you. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
some folks can make carnelian light up when they meditate, and mine
Oh,
will glow. Yeah.
oh,
But every reader should have carnelian and howlite, and then they have their intentional stone. That's the howlite. That connects you with your higher beings and your angels, but it's also for it transmutes. So when you're reading and you're connecting with someone, because that's what you're doing. When we do psychic readings, we do tarot cards, or we do shamanic journeying, remote viewing, whatever you want to call it, right? Any sort of divination. You
Yeah.
want to, there's entropy because we're connecting with the folks that we're reading for. So it's that energy that comes off from the reaction.
Hmm.
You understand?
Yeah, I think so.
Howlite really, so like if you're working with someone is ill and you're focusing on that and healing, or if somebody is going through a difficult time and wanting an answer, it helps to transmute that kind of energy out of the
I see. Yeah,
readers.
yeah, yeah.
So that's why readers should have a point of that howlite, have a nugget of carnelian, and then have your intention stone that's good for you that matches who you are as
Right.
a shaman. So,
And is there an order to this triangle, or can it be? Because I've shifted it around a
yeah,
number of.
so, like I put them under my desk. I've got big ones. Like I've got boulders of
Well,
carnelian.
of course you do, and I've got little ones.
But what I do is like it, I just happen to have. So, taking it and setting it in a triangular configuration on your desk or putting it in a configuration on your cards. Or if you feel like it, if it just feels better to set the carnelian on the cards and put the howlite over on your desk somewhere, you'll feel the energy, you know? So
Mhm.
however it feels, do that.
Yeah,
Pay attention to your energy. How do you feel when you work with these?
right.
Because they're connecting with your frequency.
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't. I felt like I could move them around however I wanted. And I did, and I always have, I grab a stone or a crystal whenever I read, depending on what I'm feeling. And I
Yeah,
don't know what I'm doing,
that's all
except
right.
I'm grabbing something and using it. So, this thing,
Good. Yeah.
it's a meteor from Arcturus. Um, and inside here was a little diamond, but they didn't send me the diamond. They just sent me
Well,
the.
they popped it out. That's for your worrying fountain.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So the other thing that I have
Yes.
is all these crystals and points and towers on my table, and they all seem pretty happy. Oh, did I show you my spaceship?
No. Oh. Oh, wow. Oh, that looks like a clay baby from the
A
beach.
clay baby.
Wow, that's fantastic. Where'd you
Uh,
get that?
Clay baby. I got this in Santa Barbara on the beach.
Yeah. So clay babies, you get them from the beach.
Oh, well,
They're yeah. I'm from Washington State, so I used to go to the beach. I grew up on Fox Island, and I'd pick up clay babies, and
yeah,
they're in neat shapes like that. Yeah,
yeah. It looked like a spaceship, and then I held it up, took a picture when the sun was in the skies all red, and I'm going
it looks
spaceship.
like it's flying. Yeah. Uh,
um, so is there any is there any order that your crystals should be in? Any order that says don't put this crystal next to that crystal, or
well, like it's a general rule not to wear your tiger eye with your black tourmaline, and you will see a lot of bracelets that are strung that way. Most folks, for their energy, should not put them together. Uh,
mm,
and you want to wear them on your left side because that's you receive from your left side, you transmute from your right. So you don't want to put them together, but some people can, and they should add hematite to it.
Mm,
So, but see, Danny, it depends on you. It depends on
yeah.
the individual's energy. So,
Right.
like how we talked about zebra jasper, like for you, it's really specific in getting you connected when you do shamanic work. But for most people, it's just really good for bringing in calm with chaos, right? Rose
Right.
quartz is good for unconditional love, but for you specifically, it's really good for you to stand in your truth. It really, really holds you in that space.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's the same thing with that's why crystal readers are there, they feel the energy of a person, read the energy, and feel where these stones can be used on your body and in your environment.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and like in Vedic crystal reading, you don't want to put diamonds with sapphire, right? For some people, but some, yes, you want to put sapphire with pearl, but the pearl, it's dependent upon you and your
Hmm.
energy. That makes,
So
did I answer
yeah,
your question? I don't know.
yeah, it does. And not that I would have. I mean, if you would have said, "Oh, you got to move that out of the way," I would probably look at it and go, "Does it really need to be moved out of the way for me on my table?" And maybe I would take a little closer look at it and kind of feel into it and do a little meditation on where the crystals should be placed,
Yes.
listening to what you just said, so taking account to, oh, you can't have this crystal next to that crystal. I go, is that true for this table? Yeah, maybe it needs to be moved a couple inches away.
Good.
Or no, it's not, because we're all specific. And so what I'm hearing from you is that you will, one of your gifts that you have is that you'll be able to tap in to the crystalline structures of human rock and match them together.
Yes.
Is that match the frequencies together?
Yeah. And what would best support you in your environment?
That's pretty special.
It's fun. I've been able to do it since
Yeah.
I was a kid, because it's like rocks speak to me. I feel like this, how you feel with your animals? That's how I feel about rocks. And I
Yeah.
bring them home when I go to those rock shows. Oh my gosh. I mean, because I'm feeling the rocks all around me on those tents, on those tables. And some of them are like, pick me, or save me, you know. I do, and bring them home and let them rest. And I wash them and charge them. It's really weird. I know. But it's a good idea to have them behind glass. Like if
Oh,
you're using them all the time, like just get a little glass, like a box. You can keep them in. So I recommend washing them in like hot soapy water if they have a hardness of 3 or greater, and then you charge them up or cleanse them with salt or with sage. Do any sort of ritual that works for you where you
yeah.
cleanse your environment. But that
Yeah.
needs to be done, especially if you're using them in your reading practice. Because, like we talked about, you
Yeah.
know, thoughts and our emotions are frequency, and these guys are a stable structure. They will absorb all that and hold it. So you need to cleanse them, let them, cleanse them and let them recharge in the moonlight
Yeah.
and make them fresh again. Because
What about recharging in this moonlight on the 25th with the eclipse?
Well, this eclipse energy is pretty intense. Do it in this full moon is fine. The eclipse is on the 8th, right? Isn't the 25th
Well,
full
the
moon?
25th is the lunar eclipse. The 8th
Oh,
is solar eclipse.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're going into eclipse season. Woohoo!
Lot of change. Thank God, man. It's going to be so great.
Uh,
So looking forward to April. It's already
you know,
starting to happen.
yeah,
Kenna said it yesterday. We were driving to town and she was just like all happy. Well, she's 18, right? So I'm like, are you really happy right now? She was like, Mom, it feels so good right now. I'm like,
yeah.
yeah, just wait a couple weeks, baby.
And I feel I feel that it, this is our big choice moment to to be aware of how we're falling into what we want to fall into. Do we want to fall into what we experienced the last 4, 6 years, or do we want to move into something different? So, how's it working out for us? And is that good, or should we try something else and just like let that stuff go? So, somebody was telling me we all have our special gifts, which we started the show out on. And I will never, ever, ever be a Jamie Raskin or a Sheldon Whitehouse, or a Letitia James, somebody who picks up the sword and goes, I'm going in, I'm going to do that kind of fight.
Okay.
That's not the power that I can wield. The power that I wield is zebras, right? It's a different kind of power, and putting them side by side, which one is stronger? It doesn't matter, right? They're both as strong, even though it feels like we may not be doing anything. We really are.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
Yeah. Just our thoughts hold frequency.
exactly.
Think about becomes. It's like a radio tower. We are always broadcasting, and
Yeah,
our crystals pick up on it and they hold it. And that's why it's so important to cleanse.
right. And
But
if we're,
you are equally just as much a warrior as those people you were
oh
mentioning.
yeah, it's just different. I'm using
Yep.
different tools.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
yeah. And in the community, everybody that's watching this is that warrior as well.
Yeah.
Just a different frequency, just a different set of tools.
Right.
And I was watching Pam Gregory, and she was talking about how she has this meditation on Sunday for 15 minutes. And this other energy reader, and she reads light, and she was saying that she can see the light changing just because of the frequency that we are shifting on this planet. So it's really important to watch your intentions and watch what frequency you're sending out there. And
Right.
if it's that negative stuff, I mean, I'm getting a lot of protection cards for me personally. Stay in love, stay in light, wrap yourself up. And and I go, oh man, I'm reading on negative politicians who I can't, it doesn't make sense to me, their path, or how other people got on that same path with them, who are normally good people, but now they're in this rabbit hole. And is it even, I mean, even if I touch those cards and that energy, is there a way to protect myself? And I think there is, and I hope I'm not deluding myself. I hope I'm not in delusion.
I agree with you. I do believe that yes, we can protect ourselves, still read the energy, but not absorb it, not
Yeah,
carry it. It's not our belief. But I think the message in that is looking for the message. Like, why are these politicians this way? Why does this energy exist? Why do we as humans set it up this way that
yeah,
we even experience politics like this?
yeah.
It's all entwined, and
All of it. Yeah.
it's a choice. Love is a choice.
Well,
Wellness is a choice. Spirit is a choice. Being spiritual is a very adult thing, right? It's a choice.
you will
It's not
speak for
just like
yourself.
something that happens to us, right? Yeah, speak for yourself. But I think that's one thing that we need to say, Danny, right? Is that um we're all powerful in that. And I think that as readers, or me as a reader, as doing this when I first started, it was, kind of behind tarot cards and politics. And, I found my tribe and I found belongingness and inclusion and a place where I could be me and really let me out, my belief in
Yeah,
clutch and stones and ETs
yeah,
and the abilities that I have to read. But just because I do that doesn't make, Jane Doe next to me like less than if you don't see your spirit guide or hear your spirit guide. I really want folks to feel that they are powerful. We are all
yeah,
powerful in our spirituality and our growth, that no matter wherever you lie, we are all equal,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I liked the term you used, and it needs to be repeated. It's a choice.
Yeah.
It's a choice to be happy. It's a choice to be sad. So when we react to something,
Mhm.
then we have a choice. How do we want to react to maybe somebody in our face, some bad news? How do we choose to do that? I think of Gandhi. I go, how did that guy do that?
Yes.
How did he
Yeah.
do that? I'm like, anyway, it's so yeah, we do have a choice, and we're here on this time, and what, oh boy, this just sends me what we got out of starting out reading political tarot
Yeah.
to open us up
Yeah.
to this wide range. For me, it's the shaman practice. I we have to take care of the planet. We have to.
Mhm.
And taking care of the planet, there's also this starving element that has filtered in
Yeah.
through me talking to the earth and tree people and rocks. And so that opened up into a whole new awareness.
Mhm.
And so now I think in my choice that I make every morning when I wake up, and I consciously choose to have a good attitude when I wake up. Sometimes it gets a little challenging, but you know, and and when you were saying, well, why are we all here? We're here so that we can build the future planet, and then we can get into time streams of past, present, future. The past is now, the future is now. So now is the time to create a better world without all that negativity. We can still keep that plurality, saying, oh yeah, we don't want to go back there.
Right.
Because we've experienced it and we're really experiencing it hard right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's shifting, as McKenna said.
Oh, I know. It was just like, whoa, positivity.
Yeah. Oh, I get so excited. Talking about, because here's a new awareness where I'm heading into, and I don't know the path. I don't. I look into this area and I go, wow, it's like unknown, dark, black. And if I just imagine myself in this, walking in there, it's like as soon as my eyes get adjusted to this darkness that I'm walking into, I can see all these different crystalline energies and lights popping up. And so to me, it's like you're going into this space and it's all about creating worlds, new worlds, and this one especially. How do we make this world a better place to live? Just like Atlantis, Lemuria, just like all the other civilizations going through their growing periods. It's so exciting, and I have no idea where this is going to go.
I know. It's awesome. Very awesome.
Yeah. But I will be using and tapping into Lemurian crystals because I think they hold a lot of energy of,
Memory, history.
yeah.
Yeah. So I'm into Ho'oponopono, which is like Lemurian shamanism, is what
Mm,
I've been channeling about that. Seeing this whole new energy and just another depth, another
yeah.
rabbit hole to go down.
Yeah.
Cemetery.
Right.
It's
Right.
beautiful. And
And
yes, crystals. Lemuria, when they died out, they stored their memories and history are in crystal, taken to what we know as Brazil, but other places in the world. Same with
sure.
Atlantis. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, that's there. It's you feel it in a Lemurian crystal, like you were saying.
Hmm.
Well, but see, you're into shamanic work, so it's really gonna have a specific resonance for you.
Right. And it also, and the shamanic is shifting to other types of quietness. So this is just, I could just never go and or focus on my breathing. That never really worked for me. But the drum and the rattle especially, rattle and wind,
Mm,
especially for me, I get in there. And then if I start getting pulled out, I'll do some wind work and it's just breath work.
mhm.
But I think of breath work differently than focus on the breathing.
Right.
So yeah, and it's just how we get into this space. It doesn't matter. We just need to be in it so we
Yeah.
can hear our true selves
Mhm.
and what our path should be.
Yeah. I love the rattle and the whistle. I do a call,
Yeah,
a whistle.
yeah,
Uh, yeah, pretty
yeah.
cool.
There's a woman who does Sandra Ingerman, who's out in your neck of the woods.
Oh, I don't know her.
Oh, okay. I'll send you some stuff on her. She
Okay.
is a shamanic practitioner teacher, written numerous books,
Mhm.
and she has a podcast. And she does journeying. She teaches journeying and stuff. Speaking of her book, I have it right here. Awakening to the Spirit World, And this is her and Hank Wesselman wrote this, and she's amazing. Just as a shamanic teacher practitioner, she has a podcast called The Shaman's Cave
Ah,
with this wind worker, Renee Barabo, and Renee does whistle work.
ah.
She has whistle and sounds, and I don't have a whistle. I don't. It's more of me making goofy sounds, and
Whatever.
I call it a whistle,
There you go. Whatever
and
gets you there.
it gets me there, baby.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah. So
This has been really cool.
this is awesome.
Thank you.
Number one, I love your energy. I love chatting with you and just hanging with you, because there's not, you never, in a good way. I'm going to say this, I'm going to get in trouble. You never know what you're going to get when you do a show with Jen.
I know.
You never know. So, but I know that.
Or if you're going to get anything. I mean, you may be on restriction from, reading cards.
I still get people talking about that. That was so funny. So for those that don't know, just to remind myself how funny it was, when we started, I'm crying again. I'm laughing so much. When we started out, Jen and I did a show, and it was a political show, but she's getting more into tarot, so she's taking a tarot class.
I was taking private lessons from Lena, and Lena put me on restriction. She said, you need to reestablish your relationship with the cards. Because, I mean, I had been reading, but,
Yeah,
you want to learn more, right? And I love Lena. I mean, God,
yeah.
so
Oh my
cool.
God, great.
So, yeah. So she said, no, what was it? 8 weeks? No political tarot for 8 weeks. I had to reestablish. She said you can read on current events. So it was like, I mean, how many times can you read on Prince Charles or
Yeah.
it was like, yeah, it was just
So
hilarious.
so we do a show, and it's a live show, and I'm thinking it's political, and Jen goes, I can't read politics. Oh my God, it was so funny. It was so funny. And it was a great show. We had a great show without reading politics, even though I think I go, Jen, you just sit there. I'm going to throw some cards on this.
And then I picked up my pendulum and
Yeah. And
that
you
was
know the thing is too, I mean, with any practice, I'm doing something right now with this guy, and he well, let me just back up. I think it's really important to reintroduce yourself to your old processes that you deal with.
nice.
It's if you started out with the pendulum, go back to the beginning and review how you work with that pendulum. Because are you missing a step? The cards, are you missing a step?
Yeah.
Psychically, we talked about protection. How many times do I get out there and say, all right, I'm going to read on Trump. Let me grab my cards.
Mm-hmm.
No protection,
Mm.
no calling in my angels, just throwing cards.
Mm.
That's not good.
No,
That's not good.
that's not healthy. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no. But I've been doing it for so long. It's okay. No, no,
Well, do you do any sort of ritual before? Well, you don't do lives very often now, do you?
not much. No.
Yeah. See, I do a whole ritual before I do a live show.
Right.
to protect me and everyone and the energy,
Yeah.
even whoever we're reading on, make sure it's 100% divine white light.
Right.
Yeah.
So I do that
But
constantly
yeah,
without fail when I'm doing a private reading,
yeah, exactly.
right?
But
When
there
I go
was
on,
a time when I didn't know to do that, you know.
yeah,
That's what you're talking about. We learn and
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Shamanic journeys, always.
Mm.
Um, I just think it's so important to do that. But yet with cards, when and I used to do it before I do any kind of on camera reading. Now I do it, but it's not like as in, excuse me, as intentional. Before I would sit for 5 minutes and get my energy right. And now I'm going, oh, I've got to do a recording. I'm going to come in, I'm going to do a recording, start slowing down, start letting go of things, bringing your guides as I'm walking in, as I'm getting water. And again, I'm not thinking that is the correct way to do it. I think the correct way to do it is take the 5-10 minutes, whatever you need, before, while you're at the table, while you're with the cards, you got the right deck, bringing love, light, protection for the good of all, and then start reading.
Yeah.
Then turn on record.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Jen, this has been great,
Yeah.
great, great, great.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for coming on. And thank you for the gifts.
No, you're very welcome. Well, that
Yeah.
was Bonnie.
And
Bonnie,
well, I know thank you, Bonnie.
she
She
wanted you to,
started it.
yeah, she wanted you to have the lepidolite and the
Yeah, 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 yeah.
quartz, rainforest jasper.
It's good. And talk right through it.
I love it.
I do too. This is so good. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. And we'll see you soon.
All right.
Peace and love.
Bye bye.